Okay. I know you'd expect me to have something pretty whimsical and pretty funny, but I'm actually going to be serious for a few moments, okay? And first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, okay? It just touches my heart, I got to get through this, to look around and see every chair filled with love. Y'all know I don't like the Cowboys. They do something that I really respect, and it's called the Ring of Honor, okay? Now when I look around, this feels like a personal Ring of Honor, our personal Ring of Honor. And what I mean by that is, I don't have any family. She's got family throughout the country, so I have no family here other than my daughter and my son, okay? But I shared with Sharon early on when I first met her, I said, my friends are my family. I got cheated out of a family. My dad died when I was 3 months old. I didn't get any brothers, I didn't get any sisters. I was in an Irish Catholic community where everybody else had 9 brothers and sisters. And I got cheated. But I was determined not to walk through life alone. And so it was very important to me to develop good friendships, long-standing friendships. And when I look around this room, I think 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, and it is so incredibly touching to see you all here. So you are my family, our family now, and I love you all immensely. And I would love to recognize each and every one of them individually. Please know in your heart that you're in my heart, and I love you. Okay? Amen. So speaking of love, I never in a million years thought I would get married again. I was so happy to be single I couldn't stand it. Every moment of every day, I asked Grant today, I said, do you think I would ever get married? And he's like, no. You were adamant that you would never get married. And all of a sudden, just on one connection through Match, I met this unbelievably delightful angel. And as soon as I saw her picture online, I thought, uh-oh, this could be the girl right there. The first day we went out, she took my hand, and my hand just melted into hers. But the moment that changed everything, the moment that changed everything is she invited me to go to church with her, and I was standing next to her in church, and she started singing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm standing next to a real life angel. I literally got goosebumps. First of all, I'm thinking, what is she doing with me? I'm happy they let me in here. But I just melted. And from that moment on, everything that was a barrier to my heart melted away. And she just walked into my life. And I knew from that second on that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her. And I've had not 1 second of anxiety as we have prepared for this wedding. And I'm so thrilled. She's my real life angel. And I love her immensely. And I have to quote Mark Butters from his wedding, because Mark is a pretty macho guy. And at his wedding, he stood in front of all of us and burst into tears and cried and said, I never thought I could be this happy again. And now he's happy, and I'm happy, and we're happy. So, like I say, I can't recognize everybody, but I do want to take time to recognize 3 people, okay? Starting with John Miller. Where are you, Johnny? Watch him, no show me. Johnny, where are you? Okay, somebody look at the chart. Where is he? Oh, this would be better. He's not here. He was here last night. Johnny and I go back to 1963. And so he made the trip down from Iowa to be here. Maybe he's not here, so that would be bad. Okay. Well, moving along. There's somebody really, really special to me in this room, okay? And I am so excited that she is here, all all right? In addition to Sharon. And I don't mean here in this room. I mean here on this planet, okay? This woman has lived a real-life Hallmark movie story, okay? She was stricken with a kidney challenge early on in life and fought it forever and got to a dire state and was really deep on the wait list, waiting for somebody for a match. And all of a sudden, her husband, I'll look this way. All of a sudden, it turned out her husband was a match. And in November, her husband donated a kidney to her. And they are here tonight, and I'd like to recognize Shiloh and Scott. You ought to stand up, play with the crowd. When they say God is good, God is really good. I mean, I didn't want to bother the family. Every 4 hours, I would check Facebook for an update after the transplant to see if she was alive. And I was scared to death, and that went on for like 5 days before they finally put a post out there that I could exhale. And so she is a living angel, just like Sharon's a living angel. And so we're so blessed to have her and Scott here tonight. Awesome job, Scott. You are the man. You are a hero to all of us. And there's one last person and couple I want to recognize. Dear, dear friends from our college back in the early 80s, and it's Michelle Noonan and her husband Bill. Michelle is stricken with unbelievably adverse breast cancer. She's been struggling for 5 months and can't be here tonight, no matter what. She'd given anything to be here with us tonight, but she can't be here. She tried so hard to talk Bill into coming. Just fly down here for 36 hours and come tonight. He wouldn't even leave her for 36 hours. So I just want to recognize that they're here in our heart, in our love, in our spirit. And it doesn't matter whether they're here or in Cedar Rapids, Iowa right now, they're in our love. And so I just want to make sure that I recognize them and let them know how important they are to us. Okay? So with that, I really want to have a bunch of humor stuff, but honestly, I want to take a moment to really reflect on how blessed we are and how fortunate we are. And thank each and every one of you for being here. And the unique thing about this is I raised my own best man and awesome daughter. And I'd like to introduce my best man now and my awesome daughter and see if I can be a little bit more lighthearted than I was. No, come on out. Now, you are officially at an Irish wedding, okay? An Irish wedding. When I went to an Irish wedding in Dublin, they talked for 3 hours. Okay? So nobody should wait to start eating because this is basically open mic hour. And what that means is we're going to have our children speak first. Then anybody in the wedding party that wants to say something can come up and say something. And after that, anyone and every one of you in the crowd is invited. If you want to say something, come up and grab the mic. Otherwise, we still would love to hear from you. So there's a room around the corner back there. We have this incredible videographer here. And we would like anyone who wants to leave us something digitally to stop, and he will do interviews with it. And it doesn't have to be sentimental and mushy. It can be any singing story from the 80s and the 90s, the 60s, I don't care. Anything you want to share that you would like us to have is the memory from tonight. Okay? Well, thank you all so much for being here.